We are joined by Kerala Governor, His Excellency Arif Mohammad Khan this evening, even as the Karnataka High Court bench continues to hear this entire controversy with regards to the implementation of a uniform dress code in Karnataka, especially in pre-university colleges in a few districts. So thank you for speaking to Times Now. I want to begin by asking you straightforward questions. Do you believe that the hijab row, sir, is being kicked up by hardliners, specifically Muslim hardliners, to paint the Muslim community as a victim in a Hindu-majority India, sir?
Well, I would say that surely somebody is responsible for kicking up this row, and whom you will hold responsible. When I seek admission in any educational institution, most of them, they have regulations, they have certain discipline, they have certain dress code. I sign on that document, I bind myself that I shall follow the discipline, I shall follow the dress code of the college, and after having signed it, if I create problems, then either I am doing it on my own or I am being instigated by somebody. Because the institution has produced photographs, institution has produced documents where before last year, the same students, they were not asking, they were not wearing hijab, they were normally attending the classes. So somebody must, these are young girls, I would say innocent girls, but somewhere somebody is trying to instigate and take advantage of this situation.
So let me ask you, is the decision to impose a uniform dress code by certain authorities in Karnataka Islamophobic? Because that's the charge.
I do not know how you can reply to this kind of irresponsible charges. Are not there institutions in Delhi which prescribe a dress code? There are institutions in UP which prescribe a dress code. Here in Kerala, there are institutions. It is not only in Kerala. Most of the educational institutions, particularly those who are known for providing good education, they have certain regulations, discipline, and dress code. What is so special about it? As far as and you are using the word authority, I think that is not the right way. The right thing is, authority sometimes it's mixed up with government. Government has not, as far as government is concerned, in India, no dress code is prescribed. Everybody is free to wear whatever she or he they want to wear.
Right.
But educational institutions, or I would say that even after education, when you go and pursue some career, suppose you join IPS, you will have to wear certain dress because that is part of the code. It is up to you. You are free. You can say that because I don't want to have this, I don't want to wear this dress, therefore I don't want to join this institution. I don't want to join this profession. But what right I have to create problem for others?
But Governor Saab, they are saying that problems are being created for them. They are not being able to exercise their constitutional rights because the hijab is essential to the practice of Islam.
Well, it is true that the Supreme Court has laid down because under Article 25, freedom of religion is there, and religion covers almost everything. So Supreme Court has laid down that certain tests shall be applied, and if a particular practice or ritual is essential, intrinsic and integral to the practice of the faith, then that will enjoy protection under Article 25. As far as Islam is concerned, Islam itself has described what is essential, what is integral, and what is intrinsic. It has said, you refer to any book, it says there are, in fact the word which has been used is arkan, Panch arkan. There are 5 pillars, 5 basic principles on which this edifice stands. And what are those 5? First is attestation, affirmation of the faith, which means recitation of the kalma, that I believe in one God, I believe that Mohammad is the messenger of God. Then second is prayer at regular intervals. Then third is fasting for a month in every year. Fourth is charity. And the fifth rukn, although it has been described as basic, the fifth one is not applicable to every Muslim. It is applicable only to those who have resources. If you have resources, then once in your lifetime you can go for Hajj. So what right I have, what right others have to add 1 more or 2 more or 3 more or delete from these 5? Anyone? The religion itself has described what is basic, what is essential, what is integral. So shall I accept what Islam says about itself, or shall I accept the views of people who have hardly read the book?
Very important question. Very important rhetorical question being posed by the Kerala governor here on Times Now. Now, sir, we have also seen, and there are enough people who've come forward. The SP of the area has come forward. We also have a Muslim group, an umbrella organization that has come forward and said that the PFI is actually fueling the protests. Now, is this a cause for concern, given the fact that even in Kerala, the PFI is under the lens?
Yes, I have also read some reports about it, but I would say that certainly, I don't want to name anybody, but there are certain sections who are now feeling very uncomfortable. Till 1986, they were in a position where, without having gone through any electoral process, any process whatsoever, they claimed to represent the community. And their position was recognized by the government. They will speak threatening language, violent language, force the government, a government which had majority of more than 500 members in Lok Sabha. They will force the government to reverse the judgment of the Supreme Court through parliamentary legislation. Then there is another group who will find membership of various committees, important positions. Now, some of these people who really did not have any representative character, but they were accepted as representatives by the earlier governments.
Right.
Now they feel comfortable because today they are not in a position to blackmail the government. They are not in a position to influence the government by using threatening language. So they want to take advantage of every available opportunity to create destabilization in the society,
right,
to embrace the government, to create problems, to build walls, heighten the sense of community and communalism. We have the only answer, instead of just criticizing them, the answer is that we have to be more vigilant. We have to be more careful. We have to protect our freedom. from these people who used to bulldoze the elected governments and impose their views on the country. They are feeling, they are, and
so I want to ask you, sir, maybe we can remove,
after 2019.
we can remove all these triggers. We can remove all these triggers. Do you believe, and I'm asking you, in the context of what is happening, is a uniform civil code the need of the hour, therefore?
You know, when people say it is the need of the hour, then it doesn't really sound very convincing. It has always been the need of the hour. Our constitution makers in their wisdom had provided in the constitution the desirability of having a uniform civil code. But they had put it in directive principles because they knew that with the background of the politics of partition, many misunderstandings exist. And in course of time, we will succeed in removing those misunderstandings.
Right.
Because I will give you an example. The Hindu code is already there. And this code is applicable not only to the Hindus, it is applicable to Sikhs, to Jains, to Buddhists as well. Has this code code obliterated the identity of the Buddhist community, Sikh community or Jain community? Has it created uniformity? No, that is not the purpose of any civil law. The fear which has been instilled into the mind that your identity, your religion will finish if uniform civil code comes. So the constitution makers had thought that recently country has been partitioned, there has been so much violence, so much misunderstanding. In course of time, we shall succeed in removing those misunderstandings and give the message that any civil code will not and cannot interfere in your customs, in your rituals, in your own practices. The only thing it will achieve is uniformity of the rights and obligations which arise as a result of marriage. But instead of moving in that direction, see, particularly since 1986, we started moving in the reverse direction. I still remember what was written by a Pakistani commentator. He wrote an article in 1986. He said that already the forces who want reform and progress in Pakistan, they are not very powerful. But this move of the government of India has made their position even more precarious, because now argument is given that government of India is protecting the law and you want to move ahead. So we have neglected our constitutional obligations, the constitutional morality, and we went in that is the problem, that government is moving in the direction as indicated by the constitution. Therefore, some people are feeling very, very upset. They feel like fish out of water. Therefore, they want to use every opportunity to create disturbance in the society.
Well, Arif Mohammad Khan, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The Honorable Governor of Kerala speaking to Times Now. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.